As proof of Soviet air power, Joe Stalin displayed these MiG-15 fighters to his people some time ago. This aircraft, credited to the Russian engineers Mikoyan and Gerovich, has also appeared in some of our more successful gun camera footage. But rather than depend on fleeting glances at this important fighter, let's slow it down a bit and take a good look. The MiG-15 is a high-performance fighter, but like most Soviet fighters, may be used as a tactical aircraft. In a strafing run, it would look like this. This airplane, with a speed near 600 knots, can carry bombs and probably is capable of rocket runs like this dry run you see here. Coming or going, this is a formidable aircraft, one you will want to be able to recognize at a glance. So far, you have seen it from the ground as a gunner or spotter would see it. Now let's look at it in the air as the pilot or aerial gunner must recognize it. In plan view, its most distinguishing feature strikes you immediately: the sharply swept back wing. The span is approximately 33 feet. The tail is also swept back and appears to be hung on the end of the fuselage rather than being a part of it. The air intake at the nose is blunt. The fuselage is barrel-shaped, ending in a blunt jet exhaust at the tail. Airflow control fences, which can sometimes be seen from the top, side, or head-on view, may serve as a recognition feature. These fences are used to improve the flight characteristics of this swept-wing aircraft. From almost any angle, the swept-back wing and tail are evident. However, since many aircraft of advanced design will have swept-back wings, we need more features than that for definite recognition. In the side view, the fin, which is also sharply swept back, is quickly recognized. In contrast to most American jets, the horizontal stabilizer is placed high on the fin. The canopy is well forward and offers the pilot good visibility. Even in the side view, the mid-wing is prominent. The short tailpipe gives a notched effect at the tail and emphasizes the stocky fuselage. The tail of this airplane is very prominent. Its pronounced sweep back and rather detached appearance with high horizontal stabilizer immediately identify it as the MiG-15. The fixed armament of the MiG-15 consists of one 37mm and two 23mm guns on the lower side of the nose section. Head-on, the mid-wing and the high horizontal stabilizer pop out at you. The cylindrical fuselage with the central air intake ties the wings and tail together. Keep all of the recognition features in mind now as you see the MiG-15 in various positions. You'll want to be fully alert when you see this plane coming. Watch while he makes a few pursuit runs. Front or back, that high horizontal stabilizer tells you quickly that this is it, the MiG-15, a high-performance Soviet jet fighter. By way of summary, the important recognition feature to remember is the sweep back of the mid-wing, fin, and high-set horizontal stabilizer. This airplane is not just a baked-over German idea. It is definitely a well-designed airplane with high performance. It's vital to recognize him before he recognizes you, and to be on the giving end instead of on the receiving end. The Yak-15 modified is another important Soviet jet plane. The Russians are known to have a large number of this type. Head-on, the fuselage is elliptical in appearance, with the canopy completing the top of the ellipse. The mid-wing has a small dihedral angle. The horizontal stabilizer is mounted at the base of the fin and rudder. In the upper nose, two 20 or 23 millimeter guns are mounted. This airplane is an early jet model developed from the piston-engined Yak-9. The original Yak-15 design had a tail wheel. Later models have a tricycle landing gear. This accounts for the peculiar protrusion below the nose of the fuselage of this model. The overall side view gives a nose-heavy appearance. This is caused by the step in the fuselage as a result of the short tailpipe of the jet engine. The mid-wing is in line with the bottom of the fuselage aft of the tailpipe. The canopy is just above the wing in the center of the fuselage. This is unusual in jet aircraft design. The flat bottom of the fuselage aft of the tailpipe is a distinct recognition feature. Along with the change to tricycle gear, the fin and rudder of the modified Yak-15 have been given a more squared-off effect. The trailing edge of the rudder seems to bulge at the bottom instead of being rounded off. In plan, the Yak-15 modified shows more of the signs of its piston-engine predecessor. The wing is uniformly tapered on both the leading and trailing edges. It is set at about the midpoint of the fuselage. The long, thin fuselage has the blunt nose associated with nose air intakes. The horizontal stabilizer, like the wings, is tapered on both the leading and trailing edges. Again, we see the nose-heavy appearance further accentuated by the fairing added to cover the nose wheel. This is an important distinguishing feature of the Yak-15 modified. In summarizing the recognition features of the Yak-15 modified, we find that the canopy is located amidship above the wing. The sharply tapered mid-wing and nose-heavy profile are its main recognition features. There are lots of Yak-15s, so get to know them now. The MiG-9 was the first operational Russian jet from the drawing boards of Mikoyan and Gurevich. In a direct side view, the canopy is well forward, typical of most jets. The blunt nose of the jet air intake is accented by the very prominent guns, probably a 37 millimeter above and two 23 millimeters below. The flat lower line of the fuselage breaks abruptly at the ends of the tailpipes. The curve up away from the jet exhaust has the appearance of a keel. The tail has a long slope on the leading edge of the fin and a rounded off rudder. In the view from above, the airplane is very conventional in form, with a slight taper on the wing's leading edge and a moderate amount of taper on the trailing edge. The tail tapers on the leading edge. Its trailing edge is rounded. From this view, the guns stick out the nose like a sore thumb. From below, two tailpipes are clearly visible. This is a distinctive recognition feature from this view. The dimensions of the MiG-9 are approximately 34-foot span and 33-foot length. Head on, the MiG-9 gives the appearance of a stenographer who has spent years at her desk, being well broadened across the base line of the fuselage. The bulging triangular shape of the fuselage results from the side-by-side arrangement of the two jet engines with divided air intake. The mid-wing has a slight dihedral. The horizontal stabilizer is straight. This fighter is another Soviet jet that was produced in large numbers. Get to know it, whether it's coming or going.